Yeah.
There was a lot of reshuffling in the Pac-12 this offseason as a full 1/3 of the conference is dealing with a brand new head coach. 4 teams in the Pac-12 dealing with a brand new head coach heading into 2022. The million-dollar question is, how do they stack up against one another, and who is the top-ranked coach in the entire conference? We are here to answer that question today, as here at the Gridiron Expert, we are ranking every single Pac-12 coach heading into this college football season. So once again, guys, thank you for joining us here at the Gridiron Expert. Please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below. We want you to become a part of what we're building here at the channel. We want you to become a part of our GE Nation so you don't miss out on any of the content we have going forward, so we can continue to provide you with nonstop college football news, predictions, analysis, debate, and discussion, which is what we're going to do right now. Because we're going to kick off our rankings now at number 12. Jedd Fisch out of Arizona. We're going to rank all the Pac-12 coaches right now. We're starting at the bottom. At number 12, Jedd Fisch at Arizona. Look, this is a guy who only has 1 year of head coaching experience. And that was last year with the Wildcats, where he went 1-11. Yes, Fisch has extensive experience with NFL teams. Yes, he's a great offensive mind. Yes, he served briefly as the interim head coach at UCLA. But 1 true year as a head coach at Arizona, he went 1-11. He does bring in 9 4-stars. 9 4-stars in 2022. He also added Washington State quarterback Jayden de Laura through the transfer portal. Fisch, I just believe, needs time. Right now, he's at the bottom of the Pac-12. He's going to slowly work his way up. Arizona was a major rebuilding project. We saw that last year. It will be again this year. Give him some time, and I think he'll be okay. In at number 11, Karl Dorrell at Colorado. This is a guy that went 35-27 during his time at UCLA from 2003 to 2007. And in the last 2 years at Colorado, he is 8-10. Dorrell, though, let's keep in mind, was kind of a last-ditch effort by the Buffaloes. They had Mel Tucker. Mel Tucker jumped ship late to Michigan State, and Colorado had to scramble to find somebody and landed on Dorrell. He went 4-2 in 2020, nearly won the Pac-12 South. They lost the Alamo Bowl ultimately to Texas. And then in that non-COVID year in 2021, the Buffaloes went back to their normal ways, which is struggling, and went 4-8. To me, this was already a questionable hire when it was made. I believe Colorado did the best that they could considering the circumstances, but 2022 is going to be a very telling year. We genuinely say coaches hit their stride in year 3 or year 4. This will be year 3 for Karl Dorrell and Buffalo. Can he get them back to the postseason? Coming in at number 10, a new head coach, Jake Dickert at Washington State. I thought Dickert did a phenomenal job as the interim. I thought he did a phenomenal job taking over for Nick Rolovich, going 3-3 down the stretch, annihilating Washington in the Apple Cup, and getting the Cougars to a bowl game where they ultimately lost the Sun Bowl to Central Michigan. He's just 38 years old. He's a very solid defensive mind, and I think he actually inherits and brings in a pretty solid situation for 2022, where Washington State could be a dark horse contender in the Pac-12 North in 2022. And if you go back and watch our coaching hires grades and our videos over that, especially over Jake Dickert, we discussed that, but he's going to be the man in Pullman for a while. Coming in at number 9, Justin Wilcox at California. Another solid defensive mind, but he's just 26-28 in 5 years with the Golden Bears. He also only has 2 bowl appearances in those 5 years. COVID, to me, really screwed things up for California. 2020 seemed to be a year that California was poised to break through, and they disappointed big time. That carried over into 2021, where California fell to just 5-7. Wilcox kind of finds himself on the hot seat. The seat's getting a little warm. If he fails to get California to a bowl game in 2022, he could easily find himself on his way out. Mediocre at best at Cal right now. That's why he finds himself down at number 9. Coming in at number 8, one of those brand new head coaches we talked about, Dan Lanning at Oregon. He's just 36 years old, has no head coaching experience. Many will say, why is he 8th in the conference then? Why isn't he lower than that? Because this is a guy that, when you look at who he's worked with and what he's done in his short, young career, it's extremely impressive. Dan Lanning has won a national championship with Georgia. He was the defensive coordinator for the Bulldogs, who had the best defense in the country. He's been with the Bulldogs since 2018. Georgia has consistently had one of the best defenses in the country since 2018, and really prior to that, but certainly under Dan Lanning. And let's just go ahead and throw in there that he was a GA, a graduate assistant at Alabama in 2015, working alongside Nick Saban, a year that Alabama actually won the national championship over Clemson. So this is a guy that, at just 36 years old, has 2 national championships to his name. And right now, he just took over an Oregon team that looks poised to maybe win the Pac-12 North and contend for yet another Pac-12 title. Lanning inherits a great situation. He's a great defensive mind, and we have him at 8th in the rankings. Actually, to me, could be higher, but the fact that he has not been a head coach before drops him just a little bit. Coming in at number 7, Jonathan Smith at Oregon State. He has slowly shown improvement with the Beavers. He's just 16-28 in 4 years with the Beavers, but he did go 7-6 in 2021, earning his first bowl appearance with the program and getting Oregon State to their first bowl game since 2013. The tide seems to be turning a little bit for Oregon State under Jonathan Smith. He's just got to follow it up with yet another bowl appearance in 2022. In at number 6, now in the top half of Pac-12 coaches, we've got Kayla DeBoer out of Washington, another brand new head coach entering the Pac-12. He's brand new to the Pac-12. He's not new to the head coaching game. DeBoer is a great offensive mind. Brilliant offensive mind. Went 12-6 in 2 years with Fresno State. Last year, though, going 9-3 with the Bulldogs. He was the offensive coordinator at Fresno State before all of that, then moved on to Indiana to become the offensive coordinator, was there for 1 year where the Hoosiers averaged 31.8 points per game, and then came back to take the head coaching gig with the Bulldogs. He was also 67-3 in 5 years with Sioux Falls out of the NAIA. 67-3 in 5 years, winning 3 NAIA championships, again, in just 5 years. So again, not the highest level of competition, but I don't care where you are. Winning 3 national championships and only losing 3 games in 5 years is pretty dang impressive. And his offensive mind really works extremely well with Jake Hayner at Fresno State, and he looks to transfer all of that to Washington with an offense that was practically non-existent in 2021. Coming in at number 5, Herm Edwards at Arizona State. Back when Herm Edwards was hired at Arizona State, I was excited. I was pumped. I love the hire. I love Herm Edwards as a person. I love his energy. I love his passion. I love him as a coach. The million-dollar question is, can he survive the impending sanctions that Arizona State is going to get hit with? Big-time scandals, dealing out in the desert right now. Will Herm Edwards be able to survive that and remain the head coach there? Odds are, probably not. But as of this filming, guys, we're going to pretend like he's going to be there for 2022. And if he is, we have him as the 5th best coach in the conference. Sure, Jaden Daniels is out. Yes, Arizona State has a handful of questions right now, both on and off the field. But Edwards is 25-18 in 4 years with the Sun Devils. He has 2 8-5 seasons, including one just last year. And while they might not be a South contender in 2022, especially with the likes of USC and Utah in that division, they can contend for another 7 or 8 win season and get back to a decent bowl game. I also love the fact that he had 8 years in the NFL, spent with the Jets and the Chiefs. So from an experience standpoint, from a knowledge standpoint, Herm Edwards, to me, is worthy of this ranking. And at number 4, in the top third of the conference now, we have Chip Kelly at UCLA. He's just 18-25 in 4 years with the Bruins, but he had his best year yet in 2021, going 8-4. UCLA seems to have turned a corner and looks like they could contend a little bit more in 2022. The biggest thing that we have Chip Kelly up here for is not necessarily the job that he did at UCLA, but the job that he did at Oregon, where between 2009 and 2012, he led the Ducks to a 46-7 record with 3 Pac-12 titles and a national championship berth. That Oregon Chip Kelly is one that we have not seen in a long, long time. He has not had the same success at UCLA like he had at Oregon. But I believe he is slowly but surely getting there. And Chip Kelly, with his track record as a whole, is worthy of a top 4 spot. Coming in at number 3, David Shaw out of Stanford. Again, you're not basing these rankings off of what happened last year. You're not even basing it off of what happened over the last 2 or 3 years. You're looking at the entire body of work. And when you look at David Shaw's entire body of work, you know he's worthy of a top 3 spot within the Pac-12. 5 double-digit win seasons during his time with Stanford, 11 years. So 5 double-digit win seasons in 11 years. 2 Rose Bowl victories on top of all of that. Yes, Stanford is just 11-19 in the last 3 years. They are in need of a big bounce back year, at least 7 or 8 wins in 2022. That might not happen. David Shaw actually might be slowly on his way out of Stanford. But when you look at his entire body of work and what he has done building up this Stanford program, it's extremely impressive. He's worthy of a top spot. We're now down to the top 2. Again, the million-dollar question is, who's going to be the number 1 coach in the Pac-12? Well, it is not going to be Kyle Whittingham out of Utah. Whittingham comes in at number 2 in the Pac-12 for us. He has been at Utah since 2004 and has compiled a 144-70 record. 6 double-digit win seasons with the Utes. That includes a 13-0, perfect 13-0 record in 2008 when they won the Sugar Bowl. They were still in the Mountain West Conference at the time. But Utah guys, they went 10-4 last year. They won the first Pac-12 title. First Pac-12 title, made their first Rose Bowl appearance. And now we believe they are legitimate college football playoff contenders as the Utes are absolutely loaded. Kyle Whittingham has done a phenomenal job with this program over his entire coaching career. This has a chance to maybe be his best team yet. Finally crack through and make the playoff, but they've got to get past Lincoln Riley and USC. Lincoln Riley, a brand new head coach in the Pac-12, finds himself at the top of the Pac-12 coaching rankings. How does that happen? Well, it happens because when you're at Oklahoma and in 5 years you go 55-10 with 4 straight Big 12 titles and 3 straight playoff appearances, yeah, you deserve to be ranked at the top of the list, especially in what many consider to be the weakest Power 5 conference. Lincoln Riley, guys, all those stats that we just listed, it's impressive regardless of who you are. It's impressive regardless of what conference you're in. It's impressive regardless of what team you're coaching. He did an unreal job at Oklahoma. He transformed that offense. And while many hate him now as the college football villain, the most hated coach in the country, he did an insane job in Norman, and he's going to do a fantastic job in LA. The addition of Caleb Williams, the addition of all those guys coming in through the transfer portal, many dubbing him the king of the transfer portal, whether you like the way he's doing it or not, he is doing it. And his offensive philosophy, I believe, is going to take the Pac-12 by storm. And while we're not saying necessarily they're going to be playoff contenders in year 1, they very well could win the Pac-12 in year 1. Lincoln Riley, the number 1 coach in the Pac-12 heading in to 2022. So guys, there you have it, your Pac-12 coaching rankings. We want to hear from you. Does Lincoln Riley deserve that number 1 spot? Should it be Kyle Whittingham? Should it be somebody else? We want to hear your rankings down in the comments below so we can discuss and we can debate. It is officially talking season, at least for us here at the Gridiron Expert. So get to it. Let's start talking. But until then, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Check out everything down in the description below. We want you, again, to become a part of what we're building here at this channel. We want you to become a part of our GE Nation so you don't miss out on any of our content going forward. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.